I think all of us are all over the place when it comes to like IRIAM streams, huh? Yeah, let's get this started. So, again, we start out in a small little town. Plenty of greenery around. I wouldn't say it's... Hello, Star! Welcome to the stream. Don't lose your head. The name's Octavia Umbragi, and we are doing a solo D&D stream, but you in chat get to affect how things go. If you spend points, well, I'm not sure how it will affect the story, but you spend points, you might find a way how. Anyhow, so this small town has plenty of greenery, but there's a lot of residents in this town as well, so I wouldn't... That's okay, don't worry about it. I'm just letting you know how things will go in these D&D campaigns. So, there's lots of people in this town, lots of greenery as well, so there's plenty of, in a sense, friendly wild Pokémon in this area. And we come in on our character, Marlene. She's a fairly short adult, only 5 foot, black hair, dyed blonde at the tips of the hair, brown eyes, and she's headed out of her house with her Pokemon, Strawberry. Strawberry is a Swirlix. The reason why it's named Strawberry is because this Swirlix has a reddish tint in its fur instead of the usual pink. Feel free to come back when you can. So the pair do head out today. The reason these two are headed out is mainly at the behest of, well, Marlene's friends, who, you know, after the incident that caused her to be where she is today, in this little town. Oh, you want... Okay. Well, if you wish to... Yeah. So... go in and around this town as Marlene here. And again, this town's fairly friendly, fairly quiet. I wouldn't say it's gigantic in terms of size. Like, it's one of those towns where not everyone knows everyone, but you can easily find your way around. But like, you can easily head to the local church in town. This church, you know what? We are going to have our first roll. What will we be rolling for? Well, it'll be plot relevant soon enough. So let's see how many we have. 1, 4, 7, 9. Okay. You know what? Here we go. Okay. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the local church around here, they worship the Pokemon of Kyogre. Yeah, not first world city where, giant malls and stuff would be, but still, like, fairly decent sized, for sure, a jar. Anyhow, so the city here worships Kyogre. Now, the reason why is that, again, I imagine the city's kind of landlocked. So there isn't much water in terms of, like, riverside nearby or, like, giant lakes, much less an ocean. So they really would like some water. That's why they would worship Kyogre in this city. At least that's what the local church here does. But Marlene is not one of those people. Anyhow, continuing on, she's out today mainly to meet up with some friends and see if they can work out a deal in a fairly close by neighboring city. Hello, princess! Welcome to the stream. Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo D&D campaign where chat can affect the stream. How can chat affect the stream? All you have to do is use some points, and you'll figure out what those points will do to affect the stream and affect this solo D&D campaign. Anyhow, so that's where she's headed with her Swirlix. And thank you for the star, princess! So she's headed to the next city. Well, the next town, really. With her Swirlix. And thank you for becoming a little specter in these hallowed halls, princess. So she's headed to the next town with her little Swirlix. With not much else on her outside of the usual traveling gear. Mainly because you never know what you would encounter along the way. As Marlene is headed to this town, shall we roll for some fun encounters? I think we should. So let us... Let us roll for some fun encounters. So again, it's not super forested, but there's still some trees. It's mainly grassland and in an urban space where she's walking right now to make her way to the next town. Outside that, let's see what we're gonna get. So, let's do this. Alright. So, as they walk, 7, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. So, as they walk along to their next encounter place, they would find a puzzle. Now, usually these Pokemon would be in groups with, Fluxel Minans. They usually go together. But this one's alone. And as such, I think we can start with the fact that, Marlene would see the Plusle, say hello to it. As again, in this kind of area, they're common enough. Plusle is what I would consider friendly enough. It's still wild, so it wouldn't let Marlene get too close to them. But, they'd greet her as wild Pokemon might do, but again, they're not going to get too close. Feel free to sneak back in. They're not going to get too close. Much of a chance to do anything else with this Plusle, it dashes away. Not much of an encounter there, but I think seeing this Plusle is alone, and they usually travel in groups, and let's see if actually, there would be some Pokemon nearby. Yeah, there would be quite a few of those Minans, Plusles nearby. So there wasn't much to worry about in the long run. At least one would think. Woo! So she would continue making her way. Making her way through the town. And okay, here's one. So she continues making her way through the city, through the town. Hello, Fire Bloom! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo D&D campaign for Pokemon. And yeah, this is the story of Marlene. So, after a short... Okay, good to know. After a short encounter with a Plusle and Minun kind of pack, making her way to the next town, she would encounter a fully groomed Furfrou. Okay, that's fine enough, Fire Bloom. A fully groomed Furfrou, which, again, isn't super common. At least not fully groomed as this one is. So, seeing this, let's see what she would do. Yeah. So, Marlene, seeing this fully groomed Furfrou, would hurry along to see what was the matter with it. I mean, again, you don't see fully groomed Pokemon like all done up and styled, ready to go. And I believe that being as it is, it would be lost. We love women as well. Yes, yes. Oh, yes, just so you know, if you have points to spend, feel free to spend them, as if you use those points in the stream, you can affect the stream. How? You'll figure it out. Anyhow. So, the furfrou here would be lost, and needing help. Marlene would do her best to offer that help and see where this would go. So she would... Let's use one of Marlene's skills in perception. 3. D. 6. Okay. Fun, fun. Okay, so 8. Woo! Okay, that's a 14. So, yeah. I think that Marlene in this... Yep, okay. In this instance, Marlene would find a call. Thank you, Fire Bloom, for the level up. As such, so seeing this furfrou all done up, and knowing that Marlene wants to be the best trainer, well, the best musician, Strawberry would want to find out how to look their part, look their best, and, you know, observing this furfrou and just learning how things are would level up. So now they're following the furfrou and they encounter someone suspicious looking. We don't know who this person is, but they are suspicious looking as they are caging up Pokémon. Now, why they might be caging up Pokémon, we're not quite sure. But we do know that they are not good people. So, let's see if what Marlene would do. Ooh, that's not... Okay. So, seeing this suspicious person, it wouldn't naturally scare her a little bit, seeing Pokemon being caged up. So, she would hide. That's 8. Okay. So, let's see. Then... as she hides, the suspicious person let's see if they spot her. So 16. Nope. They're much too busy caging up Pokemon. They're much too busy, you know, doing grunt work, it seems. So, As such, Marlene would move closer. Hello, Private Gallade! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo Pokemon D&D campaign. And right now, in this point of the story, we found a suspicious person. They're caging up Pokemon. Not sure who they are in this small town where, even though no one knows each other, not that small of a town, but still, it would be strange to see some weird person caging up Pokemon for whatever reason, kind of thing. So now, Marlene moves closer. Okay, 8. As she moves closer, let's see if this man will notice. Nope, he's still busy packing things up. Okay, so now that she's closer, what does she see? 6, 7. She would see a bit more. Marlene would see Pokemon, they're clearly in distress. And some of the Pokemon in their cages would be clearly ID'd as being owned by someone. Whether it be by collar, whether it be, like other methods of clear identification, like the fur fruit that led them here, was fully groomed. So, very clean fur, not wild Pokemon being caged up. Like, this is not some park ranger or some, Pokemon control that would be, handling some sort of infestation of Pokemon. So, let's see what she would do. Okay. So, she's still scared. She's still clearly not equipped for this, but she would want to try and free at least the Pokemon in the cages close to her. So, let's see if she is able to do that. Okay, that's 7. So, looking at the lock of a cage closest to her, she would... Actually, let me put this back on. She would find that it needs keys. So she would have to get real close. So let's see if she's able to. Ooh, that's not a good roll. Let's see if this man is able to. Oh, nope. So soon, wasn't like it was gonna last forever. This shady person spots her. He calls her out, like, what the hell are you doing? Stay back. And let's see if... Okay, that's an 8. Okay. He tries to lie to her, saying that, this is just typical Pokemon population control, just an infestation of wild Pokemon. But again, some of these Pokemon are fully groomed, fully, ID'd. There is no way she was gonna believe that. And such, this man is like, oh my god, fine. Do you really want to fight about this? Now, she's scared, so let's see. Ooh. It's not great. She's very, very much nervous. But let's see about you. let us see about Strawberry, because it is right beside her. Strawberry stands proud and tall. You know, I will help protect. I will help save these Pokemon. Very determined. And such. Let's get some fun. Alright. So. This grunt is out in full force. Sends out a Glameow. And because of this level up, 12 speed here. Ooh, the Glameow still goes first. So, with that, the grunt here, you know, goes and tells the Glameow to go for a fake out. Let us nope, it hits. The Glameow goes to fake out our Strawberry. 26. For 26 damage, but still 15. Big hit. But of course, this Furfrou would jump into the fray. Hello, Chrono Knight! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a Pokemon D&D solo campaign, but you can interact with chat and see how you can affect the stream. We got a level up, which caused our character's Pokemon Strawberry to level up. Anyhow. So, the Furfrou that was following them, that seems to have escaped one of these cages, goes in for an attack. What kind? Rushes in, seeing their friend get hurt. And goes for a tackle. Ooh, that's... Ooh. That's... 3 is 5. Ooh, just barely. The Glamia was about to dodge, but the Furfrou was just fast enough to land a hit. All right. 10, 10, 18. 10, 10, 18. Ooh. 38 damage to that Glamia. That's rough. Hello, Skullmorphin Soundla. Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a Pokemon solo D&D stream, where we are right now in the middle of a battle. So 8, take off 8 to the 30. Ooh. Oh, that's a lot of damage. To the... Ooh. All right. After that, Swirlix goes in. Ooh, but misses. Rough times, rough times. And now here comes the fun bit. So. Now this grunt, he's not gonna play fair. He goes. He goes for a thief. Not gonna go in. Going for a thief. Yeah. 8, 8. So that's 16. 21 damage. Going through. As he tries to recapture it. Straight to the fur, but reduces it to 14. Fur's still up. Now here comes more fun. Marlene, scared out of her mind. Goes. Screams. Screams and it's screechingly loud. And due to that, boom. Meow. Ooh. Go down 2 combat stages in defense. She's basically screaming, "Stop it!" But the fight continues on. The Glam Meow, injured and weak. That heavy misses. Heavily misses. The fur that just banged it up. Oh, fudge. Oh, no. So it was going to go for another fake out, but it missed. Missed its target. And the furfrou hits back. Hard. So 46 plus 20. We're critting here. So 5 plus 9 equals 14 plus 10. Oh, that was a giant hit. Boom. Glam Meow's down. But it's not down and out yet. Not yet. As the grunt sends out another Pokemon. And it is This one's a purloin. Okay. So. This front just... can't believe this place can be more difficult than I thought. As Swirlix comes in, charges right in. See? And then this. Okay. It goes straight in. For an attack. This one being the attack of Sweet Scent. Has a sweet cotton candy-like scent surrounds the area, making attacks less likely to hit. Well, more likely to hit on this purloin. -2 on those evasion checks. And this purloin gets to go as it goes in to try and stop the Swirlix from spreading its sweet scent around. Ooh, and it sorely misses. Oh yes, and also as the sweet scent walks around, knocks everything down for this grunt as well. He goes. For this time, a feint attack. Seeing that Marlene is there to back up her mons. Okay, 7, 16. Hello, Sota Kitagawa! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo Pokemon D&D session. But if you use points, you can affect the stream. We are right now in the midst of a fight, and this grunt has decided, because they see our character Marlene, like she's freaking out, she's scared, and this grunt is here. Elar is here to basically put a stop to this shenanigans, and he's going in. 7, 16, 7, so the 23 going straight to Marlene for this attack. 17. But she gets to go. That's all good. Don't worry about it. Feel free to support. Again, as you know, I encourage that. So we're going 27. Ooh. No, 20. Ooh. Yeah, 20. 23. Yeah, 23. 23, and then we're taking off 6. So the 17. Ooh, that's heavy. Don't worry, don't worry. 17. 17 damage. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. 31. Ooh. Only takes a pretty heavy hit from that feint attack. Clearly not expecting that. As again. Yeah, totally. Aloha. As again, she screams. Just both in pain and just ow, being hit pretty hard by someone who's clearly more physically attuned than her. And pop. This scream is a supersonic. It hits this grunt, and yep, -2 to any and all accuracy rolls. And he's confused. So that's a joy. And we're back to the top of the line. The frou-frou that was with them that escaped this whole shenanigans now sees this purloin. 5. 2. But the special attacks. But with the accuracy drop, it's gonna hit. Evasion gonna hit. Alright. Let's see what this attack will do. Ooh. That's high roll there. Well, 10. So that's already 22. And then 18. Ooh. 40 big ones to this purloin. And yeah, that's gonna knock that right out. But that doesn't mean this battle's over yet, even though he's out of Pokemon. This is not a good man. And seeing their trainer get hit, Swirlix, our Strawberry, is not going to take that lightly. He... going. Alright. Sees that this man's confused, he's taken damage reductions. So we have 9, 8, that's already 17, 20, 24. 24 as within the sweet scent of cotton candy. Strawberry flavor, by the way. Because our Swirlix has a tinge of red instead of pink. Just the sweet scent of cotton candy wafts over. And whoosh. Hello, Moral! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi. Today we are doing a solo Pokemon D&D stream, but if you use points, you might affect the stream somehow. How? You'll have to use your points to find out, because we already got a level up, which leveled up our lovely, lovely little strawberry, our Swirlix here. Yeah! Anyhow, yes. You do? Well, I mean, it's fair. It's fair if you do know it. Anyways, this grunt's taking 24 damage. Ooh. Yeah, it is. But to sum up where we are, why we're in this combat so far, this man has been caging up Pokemon. Marlene, our protagonist here, tried to free them. Did not go too well. But now we're in a fight, and this man fights dirty. Like, his Pokemon are gone, but he's still gotta go fight. So that's all fun. And so, 24, and then we get, -5. That will be 19. Boom, 27. Ooh, yeah. I mean, once I get game things ready and everything ready, I might do my own Nuzlocke. But until then, this is just equally fun. Oof. So this grunt now taking this damage there. And Marlene's also gotten whacked herself, but compared to what this grunt has gone through, yeah. Thank you for the star! Yeah, the music's good and fun. Boom! So this man now has 27 HP. Now he goes to try and attack. But he is straight confused because our darling went to attack. Well, not really attack, she's just screaming. She's just screaming. Okay, she's not participating in the fight the same way. She is screaming. She is freaked the hell out. So, with this man being Okay, there. His head's still spinning from the screaming, but he's acting normally. And he's like, and with this fight, he's, God damn it, girl, shut up! He rolls. It's a 10. And he goes to grab. Grab our character Marlene. Let's see if... basically grapple her. So he goes to grapple. He does grapple her. So now it's time for... checks. Athletics. Oh. 10. Ooh, 16 athletics. Marlene might not be able to do it. Yep, she's trapped in the grapple. So she's struggling to try and get out of this grapple. Okay, we have an 11. Oh, 6. 10. Ooh. Hello, Kessler! Welcome to the stream. Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo D&D campaign. If you want to know how this works, if you use points, you might be able to affect the stream. How? Well, you'll have to use points to find out. Right now, our character, Marlene, is being grappled by a grunt here. And they just broke free after basically screaming, kicking. Let's see if she even lands this kick. Nope. She doesn't land a kick, but she still got out of the grapple of this grunt that was caught stealing, well, at least caging owned Pokemon. So this is why we're even in the fight. Ooh, rolling for initiative. Well, we're already in combat, so it's gonna be... So nothing happens there, but we're back to the top of the turn. So how we found this spot to begin with? Yeah, that's fair. It's so much fun. So now we're back to the top of the order, and the furfrou that led us to this spot is now gonna act. Let's see if they can even land. They do. And like, the furfrou's growling at this person, like, because normally own Pokemon don't attack people. So this is the furfrou's way of basically saying, back the fuck off, back the fuck up. As this grunt's attack drops combat stage. Because of that. be our fun little Swirlix turn. Our Swirlix is named Strawberry. He's a little bit red, but that's fine. Ooh, yeah. So, around the area is still the scent of strawberry-flavored cotton candy. As Strawberry takes a deep breath in and whoosh! Out comes another burst of fairy wind. Let's see how much damage this does. 9. Another 24. Another 24 damage. Another 24 damage. Indeed. So, another 24 damage. And this grunt is still taking 19. Yeah, 19 of that damage. Thank you for the follow, Kessler. Welcome to being part of the Spectres. Enjoy your time here. Anyways, 19 damage on this guy. Oh. Ooh, this guy's down. Nearly. This grunt is panting. He's injured. He's being beat up on a 3v1 at this point. But, like, he's stubborn. He's stubborn as hell. Goddamn kid! As he goes... this time... So, yeah. Goddamn shit. Even though, well, he always says that because he's confusing our character Marlene for a child. She's only 5'1". Hello, surrounded by perverts! Don't lose your head, the name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo D&D stream. But chat can affect the stream. So long as you give some points, how it will affect the stream, well, you'll have to give some points to find out. No! Not the 1%! No! Well, I mean, the grunt is at very low health, but still. So, the grunt panting, exhausted from this goddamn 3v1. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you always do. He's exhausted. He's pissed off. I mean, it really does feel that way sometimes, Kessler. It really does. So, yeah, he's exhausted. 3v1. 2 Pokemon and 1 stupid screaming girl. He's like, alright, you little brat. If you won't shut up, I'll make you. And he grabs a baton. Thwack! That 1%. That hits really hard. And that would pretty heavily injure our girl here. Because that weapon was a stun baton. Thwack! Just in tears now. On the ground. Trembling, shaking. She's still alive. She's still alive. 1 HP, but still alive. being in this state, she goes for a desperate attack. Okay. Three, 9, 15, 10. She jumps and tackles this grunt to the ground. And he is down and out. Woo! That was scary. That was so not nice, surrounded by perverts. Woo! That was scary. Fire! Oh! With the fire... Yeah, so this man's down on the ground. He is done and out after that desperate struggle. But in the background... It's not too close to our main character, not too close to this fight. Something blows up. What would blow up? Well, Marlene looks. 6. And it seems to be farther off into the distance there. She's like, it's still covered by trees, so she can't really tell. But she knows something blew up, for sure. Also. After that big giant fight. Of course we'd level up. Why wouldn't we level up? Heck yeah! Big time level up. After that fight. So... Marlene, after this major fight and this scary encounter. Would level up herself. So we can put this right in the special attack category for stats. as well as she gains more skills and such. So, on this, da-da-da, we can get a couple fun skills. Now she can, well, being hurt and exhausted, as well as the Pokemon around her, she'd remember that she does have a cooking set and would do her best to help heal up and make something for the Pokemon around. As this also she would also use it grab that and that. To rank up some of these. And, of course, her little Pokemon would actually level up now. Let's level up. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, 14. And yeah, we'll just do that. 14 and then double it. For 28. So that would be 78 EXP for little Strub. Woo! And there. Wonderful. Hello! Trixie Serenai! My name's Octavia Umbragi. Today we are playing a solo Pokemon D&D campaign. And you can affect how the stream will go just by using points. How it will affect stream? Well, that is for you to find out. So far we've learned level up gives a Pokemon a level up. 1%, depending on who you use it, whose turn you use it, will just automatically make an opponent go to 1% of their health. And fire, well, fire just means something might blow up. Who knows? But yes, so far we are just leveling Pokemon up. And leveling our character Marlene up after a big fight with a grunt who was locking Pokemon up, who was basically, for some reason, holding him hostage. But he's down and out now, but Marlene's pretty badly hurt herself. Strawberry's fine, as they are Pokemon. And that's how things go. And with that man being defeated, she's badly hurt. Very badly, because someone wanted to use the 1% on an opponent's turn. Our character Marlene, panting, getting up, in a lot of pain. Looks and sees if she can release any of the Pokemon that are still in their cages, because the explosion happened somewhere in the other town that she was actually headed towards, so let us see if she can do that. Okay. So, yeah. Marlene looks at these locks again, now that she has more time. Let's see, that's 8. 14, okay. So, yeah. Now that she has more time, she slowly is able to, and also the key now that this guy is down and out after basically knocking him over as a final desperation attack. She goes to slowly unlock these cages one by one. And in the distance, she can hear police sirens. They are approaching her, and they soon find her, unlocking the cages, setting the Pokemon free, but the Jennies there need to hold her captive for this. because, you know, she was the one who was there. There's this other guy who's knocked out. I mean, they take him in as well for questioning as they slowly head on their way to the next town. Sirens blaring, you know, as more trucks come along that Marlene can see to pick up the Pokemon that apparently were stolen by whoever this man was, or whoever was working with him, so that they can return these Pokemon back to their original place. And because of that, the officer in there questions her, asking, "Hey, hello, are we serious right now? Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi, and today we are playing a solo D&D stream. But if you use channel points, you might be able to affect the stream. How so? Well, we'll figure it out as we go along, because so far, a fire means something somewhere might explode. Level ups. Well, we level up Pokemon. And the 1%, whoever's turn you use it on, whoever they're going after, gets brought down to 1%. So, feel free to use it when you can. And hold on for a moment. I'll be right back. Anyhow, so now our character Marlene is being taken to the next town as, that is a question. That is a question. As, you know, the Pokemon are taken away and they're headed to the next town. In the car, Officer Jenny's questioning our character Marlene, you know, trying to get information. Let us see. I mean, our character Marlene would tell the truth, but, you know, the Officer Jennies aren't picking up on that fact. Aren't really picking up on that fact quite yet. As she, you know, at 1 HP, she's like dizzy, woozy, exhausted. And because she's in the state she's in, they take her to the nearest doctors in town and the nearest Pokemon Center in town for her Swirlix, Strawberry, who is red. Just a little bit red. To, you know, nurse them back to health and get them back on track. So now they're in the next town. This one, again, still smallish town. Not everyone knows everyone, but, you know, it's a little bigger. Not much of a church place, but more of an education place. There's the school around, there's at least doctors, and Pokemon Center, a very small shop. The only reason Marlene would know is because she's been to this town often enough in her her life. That's how. Otherwise, that's what she knows of this town. As, you know, again, in the hospital, cops are questioning her, trying to get as much information as what's going on. And the trainer of the furfru that led her to this whole shebang in the first place, they come and they're like, oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping my child, my precious fur baby. And let's see how she does in this. Okay, that's a good start. Oh yeah, that's a real good start. 11 and 21 charm. So, yeah, even in the hospital bed as she's being treated, our girl Marlene is like, hey, it's no problem. I mean, it was so scary though, but I knew I had to do something because no one else was around and it looked like all those Pokemon needed help. And of course, you know, the person this Pokemon, this furfur belongs to is like, of course. No, don't worry about it. And once the Officer Jenny, let's see. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah. So after, you know, a little more evidence is gathered during the time that Marlene is resting, healing up after the giant fight she was in. The Officer Jenny's like, okay, you were very brave, you did very good work, honestly. I'm not even sure many other people would have done what you did in the same situation you were. And for your bravery here, you know, don't worry. We'll at least look into what on earth that man was doing and why he was doing that. We'll also, you know, whatever you want in this town, we can hand that over to you for a little bit. And mainly we can give you like a deal on Pokeballs, or like we can allow you like easier passage here if you really want. Otherwise, you know, as a small town, you know, we can't really give you much. And Marlene, you know, doesn't need that much. She just wanted to get here to meet with her friends, but at this point, it started to get dark. It's starting to get... It was probably way past time for her to meet up with those friends anyhow. So there's no way. There was no way she was gonna make that appointment after what mess she got into. And let's see. Okay. After a little bit longer, you her Swirlix is returned to her side. Strawberry is healthy and fine. And much stronger now that it's been in a quote-unquote proper fight. As local news people are in, questioning her. And let's see. Oh yeah, she does not do well with news people. She's stammering through the words, but let's see. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, she looks cute still, even though she's more bandaged up, more patched up than she was at the start. I mean, being zapped by a stun baton will not help with looks, for sure. As she's doing that, as she's being questioned, stammering through the questions, being recorded and all. These news people, pretty relentless, are like, oh, yeah, we looked into you, and we heard you used to perform. And she's like, oh, I mean, I kind of do, but I don't really do so much anymore, but come on, you must perform for us. We gotta hear you at least one more time. Once. I mean, not in this condition. Don't worry, we can definitely set a date for you to perform at the local fair around here. I mean, I'm sure you know, being a local and all, but that fair is by tomorrow. Yeah, I know. But I only wanted to come here with friends to play and interact. No, we insist. Don't worry about it. And so she gets dragged into performing at this fair the next day, despite her hesitance and reluctance to. When she is okay to leave the hospital, they do give the Joys and the doctors give her good warning. Do not do anything strenuous. Do not go overboard for at least a few weeks. Hello, Trickster Priest! Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi. Today we are doing a solo D&D stream, but you in chat can affect how the stream goes. If you put in some points in, who knows how it will affect this stream. We've learned that level up gives Pokemon level ups. That the 1%, whoever turn it is, if they attack, they put their opponent to 1% health. Fire means something might explode somewhere, who knows. So we are slowly figuring out what can affect what this stream. But yes, we just finished a big battle with some random grunt who was taking Pokemon away for whatever reason it might be. But Marlene got out of the hospital with a fair warning. Do not do anything strenuous for the next few weeks. Because she was hit with that stun baton at a 1% health. Redeem. Ooh, scary stuff. Anyhow. Scary stuff. But she's out. And, She sighs and, decides to walk around a little bit outside of town to decompress, to de-stress after such a scary event. Let's see. Oh, whoops. I need to turn this off. And this needs to be... So the location is like grasslandy, more urban than grasslandy. So let us see. Oh. So sitting around the outskirts of town, she's taking a breather. She was just allowed out. And again, very rare encounter around these parts. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this Happini that appeared. Let me just put this music back. The music. This Happini that appeared right next to her feels the pain that she went through. Feels how much she went through and how bad it was and how awful it must have been. And just sits with her for comfort. Let's see how Swirlix... Oh yeah, absolutely. Swirlix whirls around and not in an attacking manner, but in a more friendly manner, releases the sweet scent of strawberry-flavored cotton candy. And Marlene relaxes a lot. She finds this strawberry scent kind of like incense or like, those diffusers with essential oils. Like, it's supposed to help her relax. So she just sits and relaxes while this Happini is also with her. And, as Marlene gets up, the Happini follows her. And, and let's see if... Okay. So, Marlene looks at this very rare encounter of a wild Happini. And checks around to see if this Pokemon is owned. And it's not. This is a rare chance. And seeing as this Pokemon is following her around, she will roll a Pokeball over. Okay. She rolls the Pokeball over. It's like, well, I guess if you really want to follow me, it might be nice to have someone like you around. the ball rolls. And the Happini touches the ball. Oh, wrong dice. The Happini touches the ball. Oh, absolutely. The ball just easily clicks. Huh. That was really easy. She's genuinely quite surprised at how simple it was. To catch this Pokemon. As you know, Marlene sends this new Happiny of hers out. She thinks for a bit. What would I like to name you? I mean, it doesn't look any different from any other Happiny. Happy to follow our Marlene around. And is honestly very, very much patient. Overly so. But she doesn't really think anything much of it, as aren't most Pokemon like these, like, used to stuff like this? So, she thinks and thinks. What could I even name this? I mean, I only named Strawberry the way she is because she's a little red. I'm not even sure why. So she thinks and thinks. I mean, I guess I could name you, like, Egg Tart Baby. I don't really know. And you know, the Happiny seems happy with the name Tart, as it is. So Tart is added to the party. Very bulky. And goodness gracious, we have come to the end of session 1. A new team member in our Hapini. We get notice of something going on, but don't know what is going on. Whoop. We don't know what's going on. But I will promise you next session, there will be fun to be had. As next session we will be having fun with more roleplay like aspects, hopefully. As it will be quote unquote show day for our stage fright. Hello, Greed 1914. Don't lose your head. My name's Octavia Umbragi. Today we played a fun D&D session where chat can interact with the whole session using points. We've learned that the level ups cause Pokemon to level up. The 1%, no matter who's, if you're on the enemy side, the 1% basically means you take the opponent to 1% health. The fire means, well, something might explode or be set on fire somewhere. Otherwise, I think it was a pretty fun time. So, this session, we've defeated a bad guy. Not sure why he was collecting mons somewhere. We got a new Pokemon. It's a Hapini. Her name's Tart. And yeah, we're in the new city, and our character, Marlene, who has major stage fright, will be performing very reluctantly performing for a crowd on the next session next week. It will be a late night session, I will say that. The reason why it's going to be a late night session is because next week I am going to see a fun movie. I will yap about that when that time comes. But yes, it was so fun. We also learned that where Marlene comes from, there's a small church that worships Kyogre. I mean, the place is pretty landlocked. There's not many, like, rivers, lakes that go around this area, so it's kind of understandable. But the town we're currently in is a bit bigger. Like, there's a school, there's a hospital, doctor station, Pokemon Center, really. Pokemon Center, and a small shop in the next town that we're in right now for the session. Also, don't worry, if you want to know, this will be uploaded. This VOD will be uploaded. And at least a full-ish VOD will be uploaded for fun commemorative times. And we will see what we can do for the next stream, because again, we're performing next stream after a nice fun yap about fun movie. But the next thing I want to do is something I do at the end of streams. First, I want to open up my Twitter, Blue Sky. The reason why is because I like to show off any fan art I get with the hashtag Artavia. So the hashtag ARTAVIA, Artavia. If you have any safe for work fan art, please put it in there, as I do want to keep it safe for work, because when I start streaming on YouTube, I will also do this segment. So let's keep that safe and locked down.